Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be talking about the infamous, which you've probably never heard of, Operation Mockingbird. It is a CIA-based project to infiltrate the media, to set up an illusion of opposition, so sheeple ignorantly believe in the left-right paradigm. These classified documents were recently made public. Okay, right now I'm on Wikipedia, which is like, this information right here is probably about 5 or 6 years old. But anyway, Operation Mockingbird. I'm gonna just read a little bit what it says. Operation Mockingbird was a secret CIA campaign to influence media beginning in the 1950s, organized by Cord Meyer and Alan W. Dulles. In the 1950s, it was later led by Frank Wisner. After Dulles became head of CIA, the organization recruited leading American journalists into a network to help present the CIA's views, and funded some student and cultural organizations and magazines as fronts. As it is developed, it has also worked to influence foreign media and political campaigns, in addition to activities by other operating units of the CIA. In addition to earlier exposes of CIA activities in foreign affairs, in 1966, Ramparts magazine published an article revealing that the National Student Association was founded by the CIA. Congress investigated, publishing a report in 1976, and other accounts were published. The media operation was first called Mockingbird in the Deborah Davis 1979 book, Catherine the Great Catherine, whatever. Graham and her Washington Post empire. Now here's a little bit of more depth history of it. In 1948, Frank Wisner was appointed Director of Office of Special Projects, or OSP. Soon afterwards, OSP was renamed the Office of Policy Coordination, OPC. This became the covert action branch of the Central Intelligence Agency. Wisner was told to create an organization that concentrated on propaganda, economic warfare, preventive direct action, including sabotage, anti-sabotage, demolition, and evacuation measures, subversion against hostile states, including assistance to underground resistance groups, grassroots groups going on today still, and support of indigenous anti-communist elements in threatened countries of the world. Later that year, Wisner established Mockingbird, a program to influence foreign media. Wisner recruited Philip Graham from the Washington Post to run the project with the industry, according to Deborah Davis. By the early 50s, Wisner owned respected members of the New York Times, Newsweek, CBS, and other communications vehicles. In 1951, Alan Dulles persuaded Meyer to join the CIA. However, there is evidence that he was recruited several years earlier and had been spying on the liberal internationalists organization. He had been a member of in the late 40s According to Deborah Davis, Mayer became Mockingbird's principal operative. I'm going to leave these links in the description box, but I'm going to read this to you right here. Jesus, I can't talk today. The Directorate for the plant, whatever, man. In 1952, the Office of Policy Coordination, which dealt with covert actions such as paramilitary or psychological influence operations of the Office of Special Operations, which dealt with espionage and counter-espionage, were merged under the Deputy Director for Plans, DDP for short. Alan Dulles. When Dulles became head of the CIA in 1953, Frank Wisner became head of this news organization, and Richard Helms became his chief of operatives. Mockingbird became the responsibility of the DDP. J. Edgar Hoover became jealous of the CIA's growing power in... I can't read today, Jesus. Alright, I'm going to just skip through this. I'm going to leave the link to the description in this. I just got a few more things to show you. Alright, I'm going to leave the link to the description below. I just got a few more things to show you real quick. Okay, right now I'm going to educate yourself. And this is CIA Disinformation in Action, Operation Mockingbird and the Washington Post. I'm going to leave this link as well. But I want to get right here. The very lengthy document below is actually a letter to the Washington Post by Julian Holmes, in which takes the Post to task for decades of disinformation, typically in the form of combating what the Post likes to describe as conspiracy theory, which in the end turns out to be conspiracy fact. Now we're going to go to a little something here. Listen to this.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
Well, it was chartered as an anti-communist program to combat the communist propaganda. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, there were various covert operations to undermine the communist programs. But
okay, you just heard that. Wow. Alright, what haven't I got into? And a lot of people think Alex Jones is a part of this. I don't think he is, because by the way he talks, he would have to throw up hand signs each time he puts them down, and I don't see him doing that at all.
Let's go to Joe in New Jersey. You're on the air. Welcome, sir.
Hi, Alex Jones. I want to be careful here because I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want you to think I'm questioning you. I'm questioning the system. You yourself are stating how the level of psyops and tyranny goes beyond the bounds that we can even comprehend. Couldn't it be possible for a psyop to be placed against the target dissidents that you were discussing in the form of a radio show like InfoWars? Now, what I wanted to do is, because I'm not like these other people who just try and badmouth you. I want you to be...
Oh, you mean the private PSYOP companies that we've proven attack us 24/7 on record, saying we're government agents?
Exactly. I'm not like that. I want you to be legit.
Well, just ask your
And I'm not-
question, sir. I don't care if you ask me a question. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to put you on.
Well, no. Let me stop you right there, because this is the thing. I don't screen your calls, but then everybody wants me to screen their calls on air. And a PSYOP show would be screening calls. But this is about changing the subject over to Alex Jones. Quite frankly, if weak-minded people want to think I'm an operative or something, they're welcome to it, because they've never counted anyways. I'm looking for men and women who want justice and freedom and who are intelligent to try to restore the republic. And I'm here promoting the Bill of Rights, Constitution, transparency, and not having a civil war, and that our government's running Al-Qaeda, and that our government's illegitimate. Any moron would know that I'm not a PSYOP. If I'm a PSYOP, I am the organic resistance to tyranny. And so there's never any proof of a PSYOP. I mean, my enemies will come to an event I've put on, tell me to leave my own event, shoot deceptive angles as if I've crashed my own event, to then say that I go crashing events when I could go speak to 5,000 people next week if I wanted to. They do PSYOPs like sit behind me and yell, kill Michelle Malkin, and have the national news ready to run that I said kill Michelle Malkin. They run hoaxes and say that I said Obama sent a tornado to the thing. They have the globalists attacking me, trying to bring me down, running dirty tricks you couldn't believe. And then you call in and say, what if your show's a PSYOP? Let's just stop right there. For your mind, let me explain how a PSYOP works, okay? There's many different types. The ultimate PSYOP in the cognitive infiltration of Cass Sunstein that he wrote about 6 years ago at Harvard, 5 years ago at Chicago Business School, and 4 years ago at the White House, and then 2 years ago, as its regulations are, and in public speeches and the rest of it, was to create fake alternative media to claim they were conspiracy theorists, people that question. Go read it. To fight with each other and claim all the real people are agents so that there's no clear leadership to make the debate about who's real in the movement, classic divide and conquer, instead of let's get foreign banks out of America. Let's stop having them shut down our power plants. Let's stop having them ship General Motors to China with taxpayer money, $21 billion. Let's get the federal government out of education and out of our churches. Let's stand up for free speech. Let's keep our police local. Let's have a states' rights movement to block Obamacare, which is starting to happen. Let's give people that they can believe in each other and have an option from tyranny and collectivism. Let's keep our families together. Let's not abort babies. The vaccines are dangerous. GMO is dangerous. Filter your water. I mean, my God, if I'm a PSYOP, then the PSYOP's good. What is your major problem? I don't mind someone calling in, but there's no evidence, and it's a pure distraction. Now, you got 1 minute, and I got to go to other people. Go ahead.
I do not want to dismiss.
There he goes. Boom, 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 boom. Give me the proof of the PSYOP, man. The PSYOP is I got red blood.
Yeah, so there you go. If you have any questions or comments, just feel free to leave them in the description or comment section or whatever. Yeah, like I said, subscribe, comment, do what you do. Matt Holden signing out.